Hello everybody, I'm back. I finally got settled in, I moved in, I got my posters in the back, I got my Destiny stuff, collectible stuff all down there. And yeah, I'm finally moved in, ready to do videos again for you guys. Just wanted to say a really big thank you for everybody who's been waiting for the 1 month that I've been on, not vacation, what the hell am I going to say here? I was moving, I was at somewhere else, and now I'm finally, well, in my own place, and I can do videos again. I got good internet, I got my setup back up. It's going to be a great month, everybody. Destiny's 2 is just around the corner, and I'm actually working on something right now. Right after this video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a recording session, so I should have a video for you guys up in the next few hours. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. A lot of people have been wanting me to re-upload the Destiny 2 Theories and Analysis video, and well, here it is, everybody. Re-uploading it, putting a little bit more volume, and yeah, just enjoy. Thank you once again, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.
Welcome everyone to my Theory Analysis and Secrets video. Let's begin. So to start things off, we have Zavala respawning with his ghost, but to his right we see someone who is dead, to the point where he is bones, which can only mean that the Traveler's Light was not gifted to him. Now we see that Zavala was indeed inside of a ship as he exits into an area filled with water, which brings me to my first theory. This seems to be the era after the collapse. Bringing that into effect, Zavala could have been going through space to escape the darkness clutched, but did not fully succeed. Here's where I think Zavala actually became an Awoken. Here's a paragraph from the following Awoken Grimoire card. It is said that the Awoken were born in the collapse, descended from those who tried to flee its wrath. Something happened to them out of the edge of the deep black, and they were forever changed. Here we can see Zavala more clearly. We can see that he has a spear, almost like if it was the caveman era for them. Also, take a look at his armor. If you think you've seen it before or it looks an awful lot familiar, that's because it looks very identical to the first men who walked on Mars and discovered the Traveler. Could this mean Zavala was one of them? Right there, do you feel it? Some sort of nostalgia inside your heart? Well, that's because right here, when we see Zavala looking at the Traveler, it's the exact same shot as when we see those three astronauts looking at the Traveler on Mars. Did you see that? Did you see that back there in the little hutted village? Yeah, that right there is Shaxx, with both his horns. Go on a little further to see none other than the speaker himself talking on behalf of the weakened Traveler. But it doesn't end there, because we can clearly see the Iron Lord, Saladin, behind him on the left. Moving on a little forward in time, we can see that the city is being built, humanity coming together as one. Also, I'd like to do a little side note here. Have you noticed that Zavala is the only Awoken to be spotted, and no Exode have been in sight yet? Now this is where I'm going to discuss my biggest theory. We can tell that there is indeed a war happening, but we cannot know exactly which one it is until we go a little further into the video. Okay, so everybody saw that this happened before the wall was built? Good. This brings me to my next point. You see these three titans? As we can tell, there's Zavala, Shaxx, and a third titan into which we can't fully decipher who he is. Some people will say it's Saladin, in which you may be right, but this is where the wall comes into play. It is known that Saladin comes to help with one of the great wars, called the Twilight Gap, which happens after the wall was built. So then, which war is this? Well, I believe that this is shortly after the faction war. The war that happened at Bannerfall, where the factions fought each other and nearly destroyed each other. This is when the Fallen took the chance to invade the last city. Now, as for the third man, my theory goes as the following. I believe that the third titan is none other than Rezyl Azzir, other known as Dredgen Yorn, the infamous guardian who fell to the darkness and became one of humanity's most hated villain. He was the first armed with an auto rifle Inferno. As we can see, this titan is indeed holding an auto rifle, and a hand cannon Rose, which later became Thorn. Now, you might be thinking, why him? Well, let me read you a part of his grimoire. Rezyl Azzir was a man. In time, his kind would be called Titan, mountain of muscles and might and metal. His collar was fur and teeth. His person clad ornate, golden etched plating, trophies upon his shoulders. This was before the city was the city. Scroll through a little bit more further down into the grimoire and it says, faction grew from the unhuddled masses, like minds coming together to provide support, comfort. Over time, these loyalties demanded loyalty. Differences that used to inform viewpoints that when joined granted a larger understanding of the whole became points of conflict. The sanctuary became divided, the shadow of light grew darker, this humanity's last oasis slowly fading to a mirage. Scrolling through a little further down into the grimoire, and we see here that it says, "Thus began an unnecessary war, necessary by greeds, ambition, fear. And in the chaos of the struggle came the scavengers, aliens with appetite, a common enemy. In the end, the scavengers were repelled and the factions fell, their grip broken. Though their beliefs remained, this was the earliest days of the Guardian, when might found purpose, prosperity was in reach. Rezyl had been a champion of these wars, a leader against the alien pirates. He had been more. If this giant wasn't a god, then maybe Rezyl was." And this is where I'm going to end my theory for the third Titan. Moving along, just a little bit, we see Zavala using the Fist of Havoc, which may very well be the first time using it. If you keep following the Thorn and Last Word lore/backstory, you'll learn that Shin Malphur takes revenge upon Dredgen Yor for killing his adoptive father. In his moment of rage and fury, he pops the very first ever golden gun. Take that into consideration. Could this mean that Zavala is the first of many Titans to have used Fist of Havoc in this moment of rage and fear of losing the city? And to finish it all off, the icing on the cake that Reddit loves to shout to everybody is this little girl right here. This little girl has golden hair, a freckled face, and a red scarf. It is assumed to be a young Amanda Holliday. Don't believe it? Well, you can see by her passion and inspiration from ships as she watches it fly up into the air and into outer space. Well guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed all these little secrets and theories I came up with the help from multiple Reddit posts and Destiny lore videos. I'll leave the links in the description below. Let me know if you think I missed anything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Boom, boom, no, we're about to say, well, well. Boom, 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 no, let me say, well, well. They say, boom, 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 no, we're about to say, well, well. They say, boom, 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 no, let me say, well, well. They say, boom, 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 no, we're about